want to pass down many things to their children. Trauma is not one of them. Intergenerational trauma, sometimes referred to as transgenerational trauma, is a term used to describe the impact of a traumatic experience not only on one generation but on subsequent generations after the event. To tell us more, we have Nomasonto Portia Zwane, who is a top sacred relationship coach, spiritual healer, and an international speaker who established a relationship coaching business and also inspires others to take their relationships to the next level. She has made it a mission to help women based on her experience live healthy, happy relationships with business partners, colleagues, in laws, children, spouses, reduce stress levels, and increase their productivity in all levels. So, today we're going to be understanding what generational trauma is, or intergenerational trauma, or transgenerational trauma. Ah, it's a lot of words to remember. Inter, trans, generation. We don't even know what is what, but she is here to give us some more information and hopefully how we can break the chains of intergenerational trauma. Good morning, Nomasonto. Thank you for joining me.
Good morning, Mariam. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and yourself?
I'm okay, thank you. Thank you for the invite, and good morning again to your listeners and everybody else that is watching us.
Mhm. Thank you. So, in simpler terms, what is intergenerational or transgenerational or generational trauma?
In simple terms, it is inherited trauma. It is things that we
Mhm.
have inherited through our own bloodline. For an example, I'm sure people have heard that when you go for a medical history checkup, one of the things that you'll be asked will be, is there any history in your family of this, maybe somebody who died from cancer, somebody who died from stroke before age of 50, somebody who died. Those just a simple example, or simple examples that some of the traumas and the things that we go through are already inherited through our own DNA, which is our bloodstream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, what is the impact of generational trauma? All right, but before we get there, how do you identify it?
The simplest way to identify it is using the pattern that repeats
Mm,
itself within your family. Within your family, it could be a pattern that repeats yourself between the siblings, or between the different generations. Maybe let's say it's your mother. You are living almost the same as same um, things that she has gone through, or your grandparents, and so. But that's the simplest way to identify something that is a generational trauma. It runs through the different generations.
mm-hmm,
At most, it starts with the three generations, with yourself, your mother, and your grandparents, which is probably your grandmother. So on those three, the simplest way to check, what are the three things, what are the things that you guys have in common, where they are happening almost the same, similar way from all of you. Maybe you have got depression modes. Most of it, or most of them, your mother and your grandmother suffered from depression, and then you find yourself in a lot of times you're having depressive episodes that you don't understand. That on its own shows that that depression is a generational trauma, because it did not only start with you. There are others already that you know of that are having the similar experience, or have had the
mm-hmm,
similar experience.
mm-hmm. And what is the impact of generational trauma? How does it affect families?
The impact is that it will carry on happening until somebody in the bloodline decides to do something about it, which is confront the trauma itself and start the healing. It is what we call the cutting the generational curse cords. Somebody has got to make a decision, a conscious decision. When you see the pattern, maybe in your family, everybody else has gotten married and got divorced, and then you are in a relationship and you are about to experience, maybe you are already in a marriage, and your marriage is already sitting in a position where you are already facing that you could be divorced. Already, you, that as that person, you've got to make a conscious decision to say, it ends with me. The buck ends with me. The one thing that before you even set an intention, the greatest thing for you to start to that will help encourage or help with the healing, it is for you to make a decision that I'm the one who is doing this, something about this. The buck stops with me and I'm doing something.
Mm-hmm. But what happens when the trauma is not acknowledged or it's denied?
What happens is that it carries on. It just
Mm-hmm.
multiplies itself in different ways. How you'll find that in the family or within your own relationship, if you are the one that is denying it, it will cascade into your own relationship, maybe with your kids if you've got the kids. If you don't have kids, your things around you, your own things, that it's your life, that they will get affected. You will have issues until you do something. But yes, other people will deny and say, no, 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 it is not that. It's something else. But until you make that decision, it will keep happening. And when we hide it or deny it, what we are doing, we are prolonging the process. We are prolonging and multiplying the pain. We are multiplying the hurt. We are multiplying the wound just by us denying that it's not there.
Mm-hmm. Sorry about that. I remember when we first met, it was at an event, and one question that stood out was when you asked, are you parenting your child through your parents? Something along those lines. Now, it really stuck because, it got me thinking, am I doing the things that I want to do to raise my child, or am I raising my child the way that my mother raised me? And how does that process work? I mean, we unconsciously think, I mean, we don't think that this is what we are doing.
You know what is strange is that most of us don't understand that we are actually operating on autopilot more than on the conscious level. All human beings, as I'm talking now, none of us knows how this is happening. There's things we are almost on autopilot. There's things that are happening without us to physically has to do anything about. Now, with these wounds, especially when it comes to parenting, whatever the parents have done, at times we don't, and I don't, if we always thought people believe that trauma, it is when something traumatic happened to you. They don't understand that trauma, it is any other experience that you received in a negative light when you were observing it. It doesn't necessarily mean that it happened to you. It could have happened that when your mother was maybe just had you, and then they ended up losing a brother or losing a business or losing their marriage or losing whatever, so they were in grief already. Because you are energetically in their space, you are already inheriting their trauma. Now, because you don't understand, you will find yourself now parenting your kids through how your mother was parenting you or parenting others while you were even small. So that is what happens. And most of the time, we don't even see that. For an example, a very simple example. How many people say, teach, especially if they've got a boy kids, how many of them go out there and say, okay, my boy, it is time for you to wash dishes? It's a small percentage. Most of us unconsciously, we believe that that is the work of the girls, so it is the girl child that you will go and teach or tell them to wash the dishes, and you will tell the boy child, go and take out the bin, because it is unconscious. Or that is exactly what you saw happening, that the boy was, your mother was saying, or they were teaching you that, and you are carrying it unconsciously, and you will just say, my boy, please wash my techies for me. But you will not say to your girl child, watch my techies for me, because according to you, that is the work that is supposed to be done by a boy. This is work is supposed to be done by a girl. So that is how we unconsciously parent through our own parents, or how things were done without us even being conscious of it.
Wow. And last week we were talking about parenting and gender roles, and it was so interesting to learn how, we've been subconsciously taught that blue is for boys and pink is for girls, and only boys are supposed to play with toy cars and only girls are supposed to play with dolls, etc., etc. So I'd like to know, how do we break away from this unconsciousness, and how do we become conscious? But hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break, and we will continue thereafter.
Add a sprinkling of sparkles to your magical parties and special occasions with colorful party supplies and decorations to a wide range of baking goods and tools. Packaging from gift bags to meat bags, foil and polystyrene containers, elegant serviettes and intimate candles to disposable wet wipes. A range of glassware, bakeware, and stunning wedding accessories just for you. Wholesale packaging available. Sprinkles and Sparkles Party Shop. You want it all. Find us at 431 Inanda Road, Parlock, Durban. Call 031 577 0604. Our operating hours are weekdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., weekends and public holidays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Follow us on Instagram at Spring and Spark.
Looking to get your kick? Kiki's have now reopened on 235 Matthews Maiwa Road in Durban. Head on over for the Taste with Kick. We offer something scrumptious for everyone in the family. Wraps, chicken tikka, burgers, tender grills, mocktails, milkshakes, and so much more. Corporate and events catering available. Visit our social media pages for more info or call 031 209 0119. Kiki's, the Taste with Kick.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness. And every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and freezer card calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
The combined dam levels for the Port Elizabeth area is at a shocking 11%. 1 July is day zero for the Kucha Dam, resulting in dry taps for hundreds of families in the surrounding areas of Port Elizabeth. Help us strategize. Support our water drive in the Eastern Cape region of South Africa. Donate your lilla towards the erecting of JoJo tanks in impoverished areas and for the vehicles to deliver water in areas of need. Donate to the Al-Fida Foundation. Visit our website at www.alfida.co.za or contact us at 041 484 1288.
Famine, conflict, and severe economic decline make the humanitarian crisis in Yemen the worst in the world. More than 20 million Yemenis do not know where their next meal is coming from, and over 10 million are suffering extreme levels of hunger. With your support, the Al-Imdad Foundation delivers essential food aid to starving Yemeni communities. It's a question of survival. So let's do what's right. Donate online at alimdad.com. or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
Listen to something fresh. Listen to Salam Media.
It is 19 minutes past 11 and you are listening to the Mid-Morning Talk on Salam Media. We are also live on Facebook. If you have any comments, questions, queries, or suggestions, please send them to us via WhatsApp. The number is 061 766 0355 or Facebook. And I see we do have a comment here from Tumelo Moors. He asks, so what happens when you come from a family of people who can't seem to finish what they've started? Joining me is our guest for today, relationship coach Nomasonto Portia Zwane. Thank you for staying with us, Nomasonto. Now, what is your response to the comment or the question, rather?
Okay, thank you so much, Tumelo, for that question. The first, when you come from that type of a family, what do? You start finishing what you start. It has to start with you. breaking this curse, somebody has got to start doing it. Meaning that, Tumelo, in this particular case, you have got to start finishing the things that you start yourself. That is the simplest way. You have got, because this thing of saying, no, anyway, there's nothing that I can do because it's a generational thing. It just means that you also yourself, you are allowing that very same thing to carry on without anybody taking responsibility. So you have got to take responsibility now that you are seeing it, meaning that you are aware. Because the first thing that is key, which goes to what you asked, Mariam, before we went on a commercial break, that how does then one start doing something about this or working on this? The first thing is for you to become aware, meaning that just like Tumelo, now he is aware, he or she is aware that this is the situation in my family. The second step is you have got to start consciously make a decision that I am going to finish whatever that I start. It has got to, because now you are breaking this curse that you are seeing that is already happening. So Tumelo, the challenge is upon you. Take on the responsibility, take on the debate because you have been given it. Then whatever that you have started, and it's got to start with simple things. Maybe other people, they do courses, maybe like, for example, a free online course where it's 7 days and then you only get up to day 3 and then you never finish. Start there and make sure that you finish that course to day 7. You are already training your subconscious mind to do something different than what it is accustomed to, that you've inherited. You are already bringing up something completely different. And then you will go to the next thing. Whatever that you have started, the project, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how challenging it is, you've got to make a decision that I'm going to get to the finishing line. I'm going to finish it.
And I like that. I think Tumelo has become aware that there is a problem there. That, you know what, my family never finishes stuff, so we need to do something. So Tumelo is on the right path, and hopefully there will be help for Tumelo. Vedna says, very informative. Thank you for your comment, Vedna. And before the break, I did ask, how do we become conscious of, the way we do things, the way we parent our kids, the way we go about our daily lives, the way we speak also. Sometimes we might not, like you mentioned, that we were little, so we could not understand what was going on, but we have picked up these things along the way. And to us, it seems like it's normal.
Okay. I normally say this to people. The first thing, start paying attention to yourself. What do I mean by that? Start paying attention to your emotions, because that is the energy in motion that is happening within your physical body, within you. Start paying attention. Simple things as, what are the things that excites me? What are the things that brings up fears? Start paying attention when you are excited. How does excitement feel? When you are afraid, how does it feel? Start feeling yourself. Start feeling things in your body. That's the basis of where you begin. Start paying attention to yourself. When you are angry, don't be difficult. Don't be hard on yourself that you are angry. Be angry. And after you have been angry, the anger has subsided, then start conversing with, but what made me angry through what has just happened? And once you start asking those questions, I normally say to my clients, don't do only mental work. Start writing. Start conversing. That's one of the tools that I give my clients. Start conversing with your emotions. I am angry. Why am I angry? Then you start writing. Don't sit and say, I'm angry. No, start writing, I am angry. Then you will be shocked at the things that will start coming up. And as things come up, ask more questions, because the more you ask, the more you are allowing your brain to do what it does, its work, which is go and find answers within you already. So that is the simplest way to start paying attention to yourself. Most importantly, we on those emotions that are not feeling good, start paying attention and then feel them first, and then converse with that emotion. Where is it coming from? As if you are speaking to a person, but don't just speak, write it down. As you are writing the answers, the questions will come, more and more questions will come, and more answers will come from you, because that's why this thing is coming up, because you have got something. There's a you are being pleading, there's a plea for you to do something about this, and you are ready. So now that you are ready, then start asking, and then you will be shocked what you will discover after you've done that. 15 minutes at most, it's about 30 minutes you writing and conversing. You will be shocked what you will discover about you there.
Mm-hmm. And when do you get the family involved, because this is a family thing, it's a generational thing. So when do you now tell the family that, look, this is what I have discovered about us, and I think we should now take the steps into fixing our family?
That's the fortunate and the good part of this. When you consciously decide to do the work, because your family run the same things that are in you, they run on other people in your family already. Once they start seeing the difference in you, they will want to know. You don't have to sit people down and say, guys, we've got a problem, you need to start fixing. No, start doing the work. And once you start doing the work, they will want to know, but something is different. What is it that you are doing? Some of them will even want to say, this one is busy with something else and whatever. But it has got to start with you. You don't have to invite other people on an assignment that has been given to you. You have just got to start it. And because you are in your energy, in your DNA runs the same DNA, by you changing, by you taking the lead, it automatically unconsciously do something to them. Then they will come forward and ask questions. It is not your role to go and ask people and tell people, hey, we are sick, let's do this. No, start doing the work and they will follow suit.
Mm-hmm. Just like if you are sick, you start taking medication, and then everybody else will follow you. All right.
Exactly. You don't tell people, hey, we are sick, let's take medication. No, you take your own medication, and when you get better, people will want to know, how did you get better? Because we all have got the same problem. Then you share.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I think this also would be like on a positive side of things. Like instead of inheriting generational trauma, then you inherit the good things about your family, like the winning spirit, or so and so and so. And what are your final thoughts? We've only got 2 minutes left, unfortunately. So what are your final thoughts regarding generational trauma and healing from it?
My final message is, guys, trauma, it is not as bad as we think is. And number two, these things, these generational things that we have taken on, they are there because there's something that you as a family have come onto this planet to do or to impart the world with. And then it has got to have somebody who's going to take the lead. And because you can consciously see that there is something, then it means the leadership stick has been given to you. Run with it so that whoever you're going to pass the bait to, they already have a ground road to the ground level to work from, instead of them having to start digging from wherever. Start running with what you have, and make sure that you do your part and help your family impact the world with whatever it is, which is part of their mission that God has asked them to do, to come and do on this planet. So please take your stand, take your leadership journey seriously, because you are the chosen one.
Mm-hmm. All right. So thank you so much for your time, Nomasonto. But please share your contact details for anyone who might be interested.
My contact details, you can find me via WhatsApp 064 518 1767. That is the number that you can contact me on, 064-518-1767. Email portia@theloveacademy.co.za. Again, I repeat, portia@theloveacademy.co.za. Otherwise, you can find me on Facebook. I'm very active, Nomasonto Portia Zwane, and then you can send me a DM there. And you can join my free Facebook group, the Love Academy. It's a private group, and on that group, I've got something that you can work on, which is this 21-day challenge. Get to know your love story, which will help you get to understand what have you inherited that you are already bringing up in your relationships. Thank you.
That sounds amazing, and I'm going to go and try that out myself. Thank you so much for your time, Portia, and have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the invite. Thank you. Thank you.
I was Nomasonto Portia Zwane, a relationship coach, talking to us about generational, intergenerational, transgenerational trauma, and how to break the curse, how to free yourself from this generational trauma. And the one main thing that she mentioned is to be aware. Become aware of your emotions, become aware of your surroundings, become aware of the things that you do. And once you do become aware, that's when you will start noticing the problems and seeing that this is where you need help, etc. And journaling, writing down is so important. It really helps a lot. And once you start writing things down, you will see where the problem is. And once you start seeing the problem, you will now be able to have conversations with the problem, asking questions, the who, the what, the why, the when, the how, and eventually you'll be able to heal from that, and so will your family. If you would like some more information, you can find Portia on Facebook, and you can also send an email to Portia at theloveacademy.co.za. Alternatively, you can find her on WhatsApp, 064-518-1767. Do stay with us. We will be right back after the break.